What up, Dokkanners? Welcome back to Toonami for another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. We have the new Awakening units for the two free-to-play units for the Halloween mini celebration. The Candy Vegito and the Int Ghostenks. So let's first take a look at the Candy Vegito, and the purpose of this video is to both inform you of what they do and what they're capable of, but more importantly, how you should build these units. These are free-to-play units with some really incredible abilities, and just as we suspected, their awakenings amplify that even more. So it's very important that you know how to build these units before the events actually happen. That way you have something to think about, something to consider, and you are more informed going in to when you get these units, and you also have the opportunity to respec your units so that you don't have to waste 10 Dragon Stones, because apparently, I didn't know this, I don't know if you guys knew, but if you want to go into your hidden potential system, and if you want to change one node like this, you actually have to pay. You have to pay Dragon Stones, 10 Dragon Stones, or have a dupe. So that's a total scam. Don't waste Dragon Stones. If anything, wait until the event happens, and then go in there and you can respec your unit however you like. Hopefully this video will make you more aware of certain things that you maybe didn't think about. So with that said, let's begin. Let's take a look at the Candy Vegito. This is his base form, attack and defense plus 7% per key sphere obtained. Pretty lame nuke lead. You're never going to use that. His super attack causes supreme damage with a rare chance to stun the enemy, so he's a stunner, but a very rare chance to do that. His main draw is the passive. High chance to evade enemy attacks, including super attack, disables enemy guard, and recovers HP with candy. Obviously the candy part nobody cares about, but the main thing is that he has a high chance to evade enemy attack. That's really good. A high chance to evade, I believe, is a 50% chance to evade enemy attack. So that's really good. So how do you build this unit? I'm going to go over how to build it before he awakens and after he awakens. So let's take a look at before he awakens. The unit that I have here is a 100% Candy Vegito, and I spec'd him according to his evasion stat. So I maxed out his evasion. The reason why is because he has a rare chance to stun the enemy. So it's not a very high chance to begin with, and giving him max additional, in my opinion, doesn't really help all that much. It helps a little bit, but it's like you're doubling 2 from 2 to 4 instead of doubling 10 to 20. The difference is pretty substantial. So you get more bang for your buck if you put more potential into your evasion stat instead of your additional stat, in my opinion. He's a good stall tactic if you're trying to do Super Battle Road, which is actually what I did before I started YouTube. I used him on my Potara team. It was a struggle. It was a real struggle because I did not have enough units and I had to rainbow this guy and I had to use him. So he is actually really, really good, and he dodges most of the attacks that go at him. It's been great for me because of his 15 evasion plus his 50% chance to dodge. He basically dodges everything. And then occasionally he will stun the enemy, or he might have an additional and stun the enemy. But your main focus should be on evasion. So this is the build overall. 6 additional, 5 critical, 15 evasion. I had to put 5 into critical because it was part of the 55% rule. When you're building up a unit without any dupes, you obviously get 1 stat buff, and for tech units, it's critical, which stinks. So that's a waste. I wanted to put more into additional, but this is it. It's fine because he's there to dodge, he's there to stall, and maybe occasionally stun. Now let's take a look at what happens when he awakens. When he awakens, look at that amazing card art. It went from a circle to a different shaped circle. Ellipse. Attack and defense plus 10% per key sphere obtained. So now he became a little bit of a stronger nuke. That lead is still pretty terrible. You're never going to use it. His super attack, though, this is huge. And this is actually what's going to make this a little more difficult to consider. Super attack raises attack and defense and causes supreme damage with a medium chance of stunning the enemy. Right off the bat, medium chance to stun the enemy. That is humongous. That is a huge, huge upgrade from rare. It's now a 30% chance to stun the enemy. And he raises attack and defense permanently. He became a stacker, guys. So now you have to consider maybe putting more into additional, because if he can stack, and if he can stack multiple times, each time having a chance to stun the enemy, he just became a possible MVP for events like the Dragon Ball History event or the Legendary Goku event. In the Legendary Goku event, you can't stun, but he can stack. And his passive gets even better. Great chance to evade the enemy's attacks, including super attack, disables enemy guard, attack and defense plus 10% per tech key sphere obtained, or defense plus 10% per non-tech key sphere obtained, recovers with candy. That's crazy. I don't think I've ever seen a passive like that before. You do gain stats when you pick up your matching orb. Yes, a lot of units have that ability. But if you don't pick up the orb that matches your color, you'll still get defense. That's crazy good. That's crazy good. So this guy just covered all of his bases. If you build him in a way that you don't care about dodging, you can focus on additionals and crits, you can do more damage, you can possibly stack yourself twice in one turn, and depending on how many orbs you pick up, you could maybe even tank a few attacks from the enemy. That's crazy good. That's crazy good, especially for a free-to-play unit. This is a good, this might be one of the best free-to-play units in the game. The thing about this though, great chance of evading the enemy. To me, I thought that great chance meant it was lower than high chance. To me, high chance sounds more prominent than great chance. But apparently, if you take a look at the evasion page on the Dokkan Wiki, I love that gif, he ranks second best among all evaders. Avoiders? Evasionists? He ranks second best. The first is the JP Tech Caulifla, who has a 100% chance of dodging anyone in the Universe Survival Saga or Pure Saiyans category. That's different. But actually, you could argue he's the best dodger in general because there is no condition, and every single turn he has a 70% chance of dodging attacks. That's better than Janemba, that's better than the tank Hercule, that's better than Gogeta Blue. This unit just shot up the ranks into top tier free to play. So now that begs the question, if you go back to your build, are you going to focus on additionals? Or are you going to focus on dodging? For me, I'm still going to keep it the way that it is. I don't think I need to worry about defense. If my unit has 15 evasion and has a 70% chance of dodging every single attack, do I really have to worry about defense? Sure, occasionally I'm going to get hit, but it's not going to be for that much. And I have other teammates, right? Since this is a Potara unit, I'm probably going to be running him on a Potara team. And what happens when a Potara team falls under 50% after a certain turn? Boom, you heal. So there's a lot of great things about this unit. It's a good problem to have, whether to have him dodge or have him do additional. For me, I'm going to stick with dodging, but you can't go wrong with going with additional because the more chances to stack your attack and defense, and you have another chance to possibly stun your enemy. This unit just became so freaking good. And it doesn't end there. We have another free-to-play unit right here. This is my favorite free-to-play unit in the game. It might potentially change now thanks to that Candy Vegito, but a few people asked me in my stream what my favorite free-to-play unit was. It was kind of a tie between this and the GT Int Frieza, Underworld Frieza, but I gotta go with this, and here's why. Let's go over his stats. First off, he's a Fusion lead, sub-lead. Fusion Key +2, 30% across the board. He also causes supreme damage with a high chance to stun the enemy, so he's a stunner. He's not built for doing damage, he's built to stun. His passive randomly changes key spheres of a certain type to Rainbow Key, recovers 6,666 HP per Rainbow Key sphere obtained, recovers with Candy. Again, Candy, that's just because he's from the Majin Buu saga, but he recovers health from the Rainbow Key orbs that he produces, and he has a high chance of stunning the enemy. So, naturally, you want to build him for additionals, right? Additionals is the way to go because a high chance to stun the enemy gives you a 50% chance to stun the enemy. So if you give him 15 additional, you increase your chances of having a second attack which could lead to a super quite a bit. And since he's an int unit, his default buff that he gets from a 55% is a dodge. So he already has 5 points in dodge. Now I did make a mistake with this build. I had rainbowed him early on in my Dokkaning days, so I didn't quite put together that critical is pretty much useless with this guy, because if you look at his passive, it's not conducive to damage at all. It has nothing to do with damage. All it is key orb change and healing. So you really aren't going to get a lot of damage from this guy, and there's no point in trying to make that happen, even as a free-to-play unit, because he's there to stun. So what you should do is completely ignore critical and go straight to additional and dodge. He already has +5 in dodge because that's the default trait for an int unit. And then whatever stats you have remaining that aren't additional can go into dodge. So what I'm going to have to do when the event comes back is I'm going to have to change this to dodge by getting another dupe. And then I'm going to have to do the same, I believe, down here in the bottom right. Yeah, I don't know why, but I put it in critical again. So I need to get 2 more dupes to respec this guy and get him to the way that I like. And this right here is an amazing unit. He's my favorite unit because he got me through Hybrid Saiyan Super Battle Road and Fusion Super Battle Road. Back when I barely had the units to get it done, I had to use several type disadvantaged units, This guy healed me, and almost every single time he attacked, he stunned an enemy. And he dodged with only 5 dodge. It was crazy. So he is my favorite unit in the game, and now he's about to get even better because he upgrades to this. Super Ghost Prank, Super Saiyan, Gotenks, and Ghost. Leader skill, fusion category, key +3, 50% across the board. His super attack now goes to raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes supreme damage to the enemy with a high chance of stunning the enemy. That's going to provide some insurance for this unit. Passive skill, randomly changes key spheres of a certain type to rainbow, recovers 7777 HP, and attack and defense plus 30% per rainbow key sphere obtained. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So now he transforms orbs into rainbows, he heals from them, and he gives himself 30% attack and defense? That's insane. I think you can get up to 6. If you're lucky, I think you can get 6 rainbow key spheres at once, because there's a total of, I think there's 24? I don't remember the total, but you can only get 1 line's worth of rainbow key spheres in the actual battle. So I think you could either max out at 180 or 150. But still, that's insane. That on top of the raising attack and defense for 1 turn, this guy, every single time he tries to stun an enemy, and let's say he fails, he's going to have so much defense and so much attack that it might not actually be necessary to stun him, because you can either destroy him or you can tank. This unit is incredibly good. Incredibly good. And so now, when you take it back to the build, you have to consider what's the best way to go with this. Well, do you go with additional or do you go with critical? I personally am still going to go for additional because he's a supreme damager, so the damage multiplier is not going to be as vicious as if it was an immense damager, because he still has a high chance to stun the enemy. That's the most important thing. As flashy as the rest of his abilities are, his primary focus is to stun the enemy, and if you have double the chances to do that, I say that's a lot better. But you can make an argument for critical. He raises his attack and defense for 1 turn. That, in his super attack, raises his attack and defense by 30%. 30% for 1 turn. On top of that, attack and defense plus 30% for however many rainbow key spheres you obtain. You can get so powerful that a critical hit from this unit could potentially be lethal, could be any number of things. There's an argument for both, and this is another good problem to have. Free to play. Are you listening? These units are so good. Are so good. In my opinion, I'm still going to keep it on additional, as I said. I'm going to switch the criticals over to evasion, because all he has to do is stun, and then he's fine. If I pick up rainbow orbs, that will take care of my defense. So if I fail to stun him twice and my dodge doesn't proc, I have some insurance with his passive ability. So good. I love you, Dokkan. Thank you. Now, there's a new unit that is going to be introduced into this game on the 21st, I believe, with a new event, and it is the Trunks Kid Great Saiyaman. This is adorable. This is the Halloween unit. This is the new one. So he's got a youth category sub-lead, key +2, 30% across the board. Victory cannon causes supreme damage to the enemy. His passive, attack and defense plus 50%, plus an additional attack plus 5% with each attack performed up to 50. Okay, sweet. Launches an additional attack with 3 or more key spheres obtained. What? Launches an additional attack with 3 or more key sphere obtained, and launches another additional attack with 5 or more key sphere obtained. Recovers with, let's say you have a team, a youth team, right? With double key +3 lead. So let's say you're using your int Goku youth. So your units already have 6 key. If you want to get a 12 key super, you would need 6 more orbs. As you get those 6 orbs, both of his passives will proc. Launches an additional attack with 3 or more key spheres obtained, and then another with 5. So if you get to key +12, if you get to 12 key for your super, you are guaranteed 2 additionals. What the heck? That's crazy. What? Okay. And then when he awakens, he becomes a youth sub-lead. Okay. Look at that picture. That's adorable, man. Key +3, 50% across the board. Super attack raises defense and causes supreme damage to the enemy. Guys, he just became a stacker. You can take him into the Goku event. Oh my god. Attack and defense plus 70%, plus an additional attack plus 7% up to 70, and chance of performing a critical hit plus 7% up to 49% with each attack performed. Oh my gosh. Launches an additional attack with 3 or more, okay, and another with 5 or more. You don't have to even put anything into his additional or his crit. What the heck? This guy is going to be so broken. He can get up to 140% attack. He can get up to 49% crit. So basically after maybe 3-4 turns, if you get some additionals in there. Oh my god, wait a second. With each attack performed, it's not a super attack. Okay, so if you give yourself a 12 key super every single time you use this unit, you are guaranteed 2 attacks on top of your 1. That means in 3 turns of using this guy, you will max out his critical hit ratio to 50% basically. And you will also do the same thing with his attack stat in maybe 4 or 5 turns. His attack stat is 70. Each additional attack gives him +7. If he uses 3 attacks per turn, then it's going to take 4 turns for him to accomplish 10 attacks to give him 70% additional. This guy is crazy. What do you even put into his build? Do you give him additional? Do you give him a 4th attack? Can he do a 4th attack? Yeah, he can do an additional attack because Royal Blue Vegeta can do a 4th attack. So maybe the best way to do this guy is to probably focus on critical and then give him some additional. So if you max out his critical and then you go a couple rounds with all of his additionals, his critical attack ratio will probably be almost a guarantee. This unit is so good. So good. Guys, free to play just got a tremendous boost. I'm going to use these in the Goku event. And I'm going to have so much fun because these guys are insane. So thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments if anything that I told you in this video helped you think about this from a new perspective, from a new angle. Let me know if I was able to help you finalize what you want to do with these units, because I'm going to have a little bit of a hard time assembling this AGL Trunks and maybe revamping my Int Gotenks. It's going to be a tough call. So hopefully this video helped you guys out. Also be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future. Thanks again, stay tuned, and always remember to Dokkan responsibly.